Today we're going to talk about intention and action. Coaching, so many people about like, I got to do something different. I got to do something more. I got to do, and that's all good. Doing is good. Action, the world responds to action, right? Spirit meets us at our point of action, right? The universe responds, other people respond. We make things happen with action, right? You can think all day long, right? As somebody once said, you can go outside at night, look up at the stars, and yell to the world everything that you want and that should be different, and then see what happens, right? Nothing's going to happen. But it's taking action, right? Changing the way I relate to people, things that I do, taking course, taking action, then the world changes, right? Show up to work, I get a paycheck. Whoa, that was action, right? Tell my wife that I love her, play with my kids, that builds a relationship, it's action. So it's understandable that sometimes people are always about action, action, action. Like, this is the most important thing, right? And I don't really know if there's a most important thing. I'm sure you can make an argument that the intention, the energy, we're going to explore this, the intention, the thought, the energy that fuels the action, or even the way I'm being while I take the action, right? So let's explore this. So the way I'm being, and then you can also look into you can call it vibration, you could call it whatever you want, the focus. When I write, my intention is to entertain and enlighten. It's always entertain, right? Because I always say there's a bunch of Dalai Lama videos in the library that nobody's checking out, right? So I want to be entertaining. People wanted to read it. They're like, oh my gosh, it's exciting. They want to see it. They want to view it. And then there's something a little bit more, right? Because otherwise, trust me, I just watched a big action film, which was fun. But if they have no substance at all, it's having like a big bowl of frosting, right? Which always seems like a good idea at first. Like, oh my gosh, a big bowl of frosting. That sounds great. Let's do it. And then you eat it, and you eat half of it, or you eat all of it. And you're like, man, that wasn't satisfying. That didn't really nourish me, right? Because there's very few nourishing parts of a bowl of frosting, right? No real nourishment for the body and not for the heart and soul. So it's always about entertaining and enlightening. So for me, that's my intention. So when I go do the action, the writing, that's the vibe, that's the feeling, that's what I'm bringing to it. I encourage everyone that is creating something to embrace an intention. It's not just about, I need to write, I'm going to paint, I'm going to do that. It's what's behind it. I want to make the world a better place. I want to do joy. I want to encourage people to take bold risks. I want to share honestly and authentically, so then they open up themselves. Just a few, right? It could be whatever it is. Because there was one project that I was working on. I was working with a producer adapting a book to a screenplay called Emissary of Light by James Twyman. It was about supposedly a real life experience of him meeting a spiritual community that has been channeling peace to Earth for a long time. I'm not sure if it was hundreds or thousands of years. And the idea was they were holding this whole planet together, helping hold it together until we evolve to the point where we can start doing this more ourselves, right? So one time I went to go write, and I had like an argument with my wife, and things weren't quite going well. I'm like, I'm just going to go write. So I sit down, and I couldn't, right? And that's because my intention, my vibration of, and especially with the material that I was working with, right, which was all about peace and connection and loving, I was so out of sync that it didn't work. So that's the creative part, and then the encouragement. And we can also take a step back and take a look at, this is how life can be. If I have an intention, so if I'm like, I've got to spend time with the kids today, I got to play, I've got to make the meal, or I'm having date night with my wife because she really wants to have it. Or I go with the intention. Oh, my intention is to connect with my kids and have a better relationship today than I did yesterday, right? My intention is to have more fun. My intention is to really listen and listen about their world and hear them, so then I can support them now, and also it'll build a history of connection, so when they really do need me, they know they can come to me, right? And you can start feeling that's a huge difference, right? Then I'm just going to spend a half an hour with my kid to that way of being, that intention, that focus, that mindset, whatever word you want to use. So it's both, right? And same with working out, right? We can use that as an example. Oh, I just got to work out. I got to lose weight. I got to get in shape. Oh, I don't want to do this. It's hard, right? Or, wow, I get to get a stronger body. Oh, I get to stretch. When I stretch in the past and work out a little bit or go for a walk, I feel better. I'm looking forward to this. My body's looking forward to it. My body likes to move. That's one of the little sayings I say about movement and exercise. My body likes to move, right? So if I'm sitting for a while and I get up and do some exercises, go for a walk around the block, go for a little bike ride with my 13-year-old, I can do that not from like I have to or I should, but it's like I get to, right? And so that's part of the intention behind that. Here's one more way visually to look at our intention and how that's affecting my world and possibly the world. If I have a heartfelt intention, right, to entertain and enlighten, to make the world a better place, to connect with my kids, connect with my friends and my family, and to do it with more loving and connection, then I'm walking around and this is what's giving off, right? So my intention and that love, positive energy, good vibes is going out everywhere. So when I walk into a room, when I connect with people, when I'm on the phone, when I'm serving other people, when I'm doing things, when I'm creating, then this is coming out, right? A lot of people just walk around and just do, right? And they have the goal, oh, I'm going to achieve this and do that, but they're not necessarily, really aware of or looking at the intention, the belief, the vibration, what's going on inside them. And that can make all the difference. One, that can make all the difference for me. I can enjoy it, life 1,000 times more. And quite honestly, other people feel it, right? And they feel that, and that makes their life better, and it actually makes our connection better, right? So the idea is whatever that is. Maybe it's maybe not a heart for you. Maybe it's a radiant star of awesomeness, right? Right? Like, woof, I'm giving off light. And I'm walking in, or it could be numerous other things. So the idea is enjoy, take a moment, slow down at times, really set the intention, become aware of the intention, see how you're being, right? And that makes all the difference. Enjoy.